Kia ora Year 9. This video we're going to have a look at some basic algebra and basically the simple operation that is involved in algebra. So firstly, let's have a look at some questions here. And if you look at the first one, a times b, often in algebra we put it as a dot. This dot is in the middle, b, or we also can say ab is actually same as a times b. Now you can say the mathematicians are a bit lazy, but the reason actually we use time, we actually got rid of this times multiplication sign is because we actually tend to use x a lot in algebra for our unknown as our variable. So in the past we have x times x times x, and because sometimes people get confused between the multiplication sign and the x, so therefore we just came out with x times a dot. And then later on they think, oh, it doesn't matter, we can just do x, which is actually x cubed. So that is actually one of probably the reason why we actually not using the multiplication sign. So if you see two letters are together, that actually means, like for example, a, b means a times b. So for example, we have 2 times x, we can write it as 2x, and sometimes you will see as 2 dot x, or you will see 2 bracket x, but they're actually the same. And what about a divided by b? And we actually we learned it in a fraction. This is actually can be written as a fraction, so a over b. Now let's have a look at some questions here just quickly. 2 times b is same as 2b. 10 times y is same as 10y. Negative 3 times a, we can just simply write negative 3a. 2 times 3 times y. Remember in multiplication we can multiply numbers together, so that will be 6y. Now this is very interesting one. 1 times a is a, but often sometimes people don't really see a is 1a. So I want you to remember, if you see the letter itself, that is actually same as 1 times that letter. So negative 1 times b is same as negative 1b, or we can just write it as negative b. Now x times y times z, that'll become x, y, z. Now negative 4 times negative 3, we know it's 12. 12 times a is 12a. And 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. And y times m, we just can write ym. Now let's have a look at some integer operations and algebraic operations here. In fact, when we're adding the like terms in algebra, we actually follow the same rules that we actually had in the integers. So let's have a look at the first one. 3 plus 2 is 5. So let's say this a is representing apples. So 3 apples plus 2 apples. How many apples do I have? I have 5 apples. So the answer is 5a. Now next we have negative 2 times negative 2 plus negative 3. Okay, the answer is if I borrow $2 and borrow another $3, I borrow altogether $5. So it's negative 5. We apply this to the same one here. It's negative 2b and negative 3b. Both are the like terms, so that means I can combine them together. So therefore, this is negative 5b. Negative 10, negative 5 will give us negative 15. So negative 10x, negative 5x will give us negative 15x. So you can interpret in this way if you want. If I borrow 10 of x and I borrow another 5 of x, what is the balance now? So I have borrowed 15x altogether. So let's have a look at this one here. 2 take away 8 will give us negative 6. That means 2m take away 8m will be negative 6m. Next one, we have negative 4 plus 2. This will give us negative 2. And now we have negative 4t plus 2t. That will give us negative 2t. Let's have a look at the next example. 3 minus negative 4. Remember, when minus and minus next to each other, they will become plus. So this is same as 3 plus 4. So therefore, it is equal to 7. And same as here, we got 3x squared and x squared. Both are like terms, so great. So 3x squared minus minus become plus 4x squared. So therefore, 3 of them plus 4 of them, we have 7 of them, which is 7x squared.